Yes, you're seeing exactly what you think you're seeing. This is my new, to me, 2022 Indian Chief Dark Horse. The last time I owned an Indian motorcycle was in 2018 when I wrecked, unfortunately, my Indian Scott Bobber, and since then I've been living vicariously through other people that have owned Indian motorcycles, and now I finally own another one myself. This is a long time coming. The 22 Indian Chief is one of the latest redesigned motorcycles that Indian has produced. This is based off of now they call it the Indian Vintage, but this is a redesign, and it has the biggest powertrain that you can get from Indian, from the factory, which is the 116. This bike has 80 horsepower and 120 pound-feet of torque to the crank. If you didn't know, this is not my first encounter with an Indian Chief. In fact, the first time I rode this motorcycle was last year at a demo day.
This sucks! That's not me!
And then I got a chance to go on a press event with Indian Motorcycle to ride this bike through the mountains of Arizona. And then Indian Motorcycle sent me a Super Chief Limited, and then I rode that motorcycle all the way to Dallas, Texas. And let me tell you, yeah, I would definitely do this trip again with the bike the exact same way. Learned a lot about the saddlebags. They were not as big as I thought they were, as far as like being able to get stuff in, not necessarily the overall size, but it's kind of hard to fit stuff in there, but learned a lot. The windshield rocks, the floorboard rocks, this bike rocks. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it. This motorcycle, this platform has left a lasting impression on me. I haven't been able to get enough of the Indian Chief, so I bought one. I say I bought the cheapest Indian Chief in the country because brand new, this motorcycle costs $17,000 in this spec. But I found this Indian Chief on a Copart auction site, and I paid a significantly less amount of money compared to $17,000 brand new. So I did not buy this brand new at all. I tell y'all all the time, I am not made of money. I'm a regular guy with a regular day job. But when I find an opportunity where I can save some money and get a deal, I'm gonna take that. So I'm always balling on some kind of budget as much as I can. Brand new, this motorcycle comes with mid controls, ABS, a very feature-packed infotainment system, and a 4-inch touchscreen. It has selectable power modes, navigation, media playback. You can see your text messages and answer your phone calls. And also, this bike just looks really good going the highway in a stock form. I think it's a really nice looking motorcycle. But I only paid $4,500 for this motorcycle. And that may seem like a super low number. You guys are probably thinking, oh my God, 4,500 bucks? Yeah, but that doesn't tell the full story on all the fees and the shipping that I had to pay to get this motorcycle to my doorstep. And also, it does not show or explain all of the damage and things that are wrong with this motorcycle. You guys are probably wondering why this motorcycle is on a jack. Well, it doesn't start up, and it's very difficult to move without the jack. This tank though, that'll buff out, right? Pretty sure that'll buff out. No, it's not gonna buff out. It seriously looked like somebody just punched this tank, and I don't think there's any fixing this because there's contour lines in this. Like, it's one thing to have a dent that you can just push out, but there's like serious contour lines, and I don't know if there's actually like any punctures in the tank, but yeah, this more than likely is gonna have to be replaced. Obviously deformed. How on earth do you wreck hard enough to freaking bend a suspension shock? I've never seen that before.
Bruh, the entire freaking headlight assembly is gone. What? How does this even happen? Not to mention one of the most important parts of this bike, the freaking screen, is not here. How does this? How do you do this?
I'm not gonna financially recover from this, am I? Oh, we can at least see if the bike starts, right? Oh, wait. Okay, well, let's see if we can put it in oh, wait. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
We at least do have a key. That's a saving grace. So, I mean, you try to start the bike. Yeah, it's not doing anything. But hey, at least they left some gas in here. I know some of y'all are probably asking, why is the bike sitting kind of off on the jack? I tried my best to get this bike centered on the jack. It's not that the chassis twisted. It's just really hard to get this bike centered on the jack.
There's a lot going on with this motorcycle, but I can tell you, I'm actually up for the challenge to get it fixed. But guess what? I'm gonna figure out what's going on with this motorcycle, and I'm gonna get it fixed. The majority of people would not touch something like this, and clearly I'm not most people. Actually, I think I might be a little crazy, and I guess that's not a bad thing for you guys watching this. But the goal for this bike is to take it from a salvage state, which it is currently in. It is not legally allowed to be on the road, and of course get it to that rebuilt title state, and of course make it safe to ride on the street again. That is the goal for this series and this motorcycle. Like I said before, a lot of you wanted to see another Indian motorcycle on the channel. Maybe not in this form, but you can't say that I didn't deliver. And my friends over at Patreon, they have known about this bike for a few weeks now, and they've already given me good feedback on the questions that I've asked on how to go about getting this motorcycle fixed. So we are already in the process of getting this bike situated, even though it's what have I done? Oh man. In this series, I'm going to talk about all of the damage that I can find on this motorcycle that needs to be replaced, along with the costs associated with finding this bike on the internet and getting it to my garage. And then also the whole process of taking a salvage bike and getting it to rebuilt status to safely be ridden on the road. We're gonna go over all of that. And the whole point is to show you guys what's involved with this process, because I was always curious seeing other people doing it. And I said, that's what I wanna do. And this series is not only about doing it, but showing you guys exactly how to do it. It's gonna be a lot of fun, but like I said, oh my God, it's gonna be expensive. Another part of this is figuring out what am I gonna do with this bike when it's complete. Am I gonna sell it? Am I gonna do a giveaway? I don't know, but obviously the primary goal is to simply get it fixed. And when we get to the end of this, if there's enough demand, I don't know. The sky's the limit on what this project is, but like I said, the goal right now is simply just to get it fixed. I told you guys that I was gonna be taking more risks this year and challenging myself, and this project, this bike is the definition of that. In fact, it makes my V-Rod and the Victory Gunner and the 109, the maintenance, look trivial. But to my knowledge, no one has done this with a 2022 Indian Chief, or let alone an Indian motorcycle, and logged the entire process on YouTube. So that's what this series is about. But if you want to get early access to videos and stuff that I'm doing with this bike and help me figure out, simply what direction to take with this bike, you can click right here on the screen and it'll take you straight to my Patreon. And if you're not interested in it, that's cool. But if you have not already seen my Chief Impressions video, you can also click right here on the screen and it'll take you straight to that. But as always, thanks for listening to my story, and thanks for watching this reveal. I hope you liked it, and if you're subscribed, I'll see you in the next one.